From the North Bank Center, on the Riverfront campus of the University of Michigan, Flint. This is High School Challenge, the varsity sport of the mind. Now, here's your host, Jim Gaber.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to go with a brand new game of High School Challenge and two teams that have already gotten one win under their belt. So in this second round competition, let's meet our players right away, shall we? First, from Clio High School, we have Sarah Clapp. Sarah's a senior in marching band, Science Olympiad, plays the piano, and also a member of National Honor Society, has high honors and hopes to attend Oberlin College to study creative writing. Michael Bender is a junior at Clio, a member of the Student Council, Science Olympiad and soccer team, is a highest honors student, a Big 9 math and science competitor, hopes to attend Kettering University for mechanical engineering. Captain of the Clio team is Eric Sanborn. Eric is a senior. He's class president, captain of Science Olympiad. He's a member of Law Club, varsity basketball, and varsity tennis. Has academic honors and will attend U of M Ann Arbor to study political science. And rounding out the Clio team is Robert Miller. Robert's a junior, member of Science Olympiad and tennis, fourth place state medal for Science Olympiad. He's also looking at U of M to study to become a high school teacher. Those are our players from Clio High School. They are coached by Steve Nordstrom and Damon Zuratich, and their alternate is Stephen Kandow. And now let's meet our team from Kearsley. Their returning players include Adam LaFerriere. Adam is a senior, a National Merit semifinalist, plays quiz bowl, chess, and band, is looking at microbiology at U of M or MSU. Next is Brad Feller. Brad is a senior, plays chess. He's on the soccer and tennis teams. Honor Society, is looking at Notre Dame or U of M to go into medicine and urology. Kent Hershberger is a junior at Kearsley, plays chess. He's on the soccer team. He's looking at either Kettering or the University of Michigan to study engineering. And Kearsley is rounded out by Jason Brownfield, a junior, plays chess, quiz bowl, reading, enjoys classic rock, is looking at Technological Institute or MSU, wants to be a video game tester or a computer technician. Those are our players from Kearsley. Mike Skidmore is their coach. Alternates include Rachel Engel, Chris Schmidt, Zachary Cook, and Kate Zawacki. We remind you at home that High School Challenge is judged by Julie Pritchett, representing Genesee Intermediate School District. Our timekeeper today is Raul Vialta, and our scorekeeper, Adam Tessler. Teams, we're ready to go. Let me go over the rules for round one with you one more time. I'll ask you a series of questions worth 10 points apiece. The player buzzing first may answer when I recognize you. If you're correct, your team scores the 10 points. If you're incorrect, the other team gets a shot at the same question. Remember, you may interrupt me at any time I'm asking a question. There's no point penalty if you're incorrect. However, at that point, I'll repeat the entire question for the other team. Good luck. Here we go. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary, Brad Kearsley.
Declaration of Independence.
That's correct. Between 1996 and 2001, this country's Truth and Reconciliation Commission considered more than 7,000 cases of official cruelty and torture during nearly 50 years of apartheid. Eric, Clio.
South Africa.
South Africa is correct. Human beings have 2, birds have 3, fish have none. What are these folds? Adam, Kearsley.
Lungs.
Lungs is incorrect. Human beings have 2, birds have 3, fish have none. What are these folds of skin that can be closed over the exposed portion of the eye? Sarah, Clio.
Eyelid.
Say again, please.
Eyelid.
Eyelid is correct. Here's another toss-up. In biology, it refers to the division of cells. In physics, it refers to the splitting of the atom. Brad, Kearsley.
Fission?
Fission is correct. The recent TV miniseries Arabian Nights was based on the stories told by this woman. Jason, Kearsley.
Scheherazade.
Scheherazade is correct. On April 30th, 1975, thousands fled the city, many of them in helicopters from the roof. Brad, Kearsley. Time's up. I'll pass it on. On April 30th, 1975, thousands fled the city, many of them in helicopters from the roof of the United States Embassy. What city had the Viet Cong captured? Eric Clio.
Saigon.
Saigon is correct. And here's your next toss-up, teams. H2O is the formula for water. Robert Clio.
Peroxide.
That's incorrect. H2O is the formula for water. What is D2O? Time's up. It's deuterium oxide, or heavy water. Here's your next toss-up. In Italian, it's called natura morta, literally dead nature. What is the more common English name for this subject of paintings? Brad Kearsley.
Still life.
Still life is correct. Listen carefully. To earn your points, you'll want to be the first to tell us the word to use to refer to verbs preceded by the word to. What are these verbs? Brad Kearsley.
The infinitive.
That's correct. 5 of them in that question. Here's your next toss-up. In classical Greek geometry, only 2 instruments were allowed for Brad Kearsley.
Compass.
That's
Protractor.
incorrect. I'll repeat for Clio. In classical Greek geometry, only 2 instruments were allowed for geometric constructions. A compass was one. What was the other? Eric Clio.
Protractor.
Protractor is incorrect. I needed straight edge. Here's your next toss-up. The crime was murder. The punishment was exile to Siberia. Who was the author of Crime and Punishment? Jason Kearsley.
Fyodor Dostoevsky.
That's correct. She appears on the cover of every issue of Her magazine, humbly named O. Robert Clio.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey is correct. It's the use of milder, inoffensive words in place of less pleasant ones. She perspires instead of she sweats, or he passed away instead of he died. What are such evasive expressions called? Sarah Clio.
Euphemisms?
Euphemisms is correct. The name is the same. The first person to win $1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and the director of Jason Kearsley.
John Carpenter.
That's correct. They are called the Oscars of the Internet, but in 2000, Brad Kearsley.
The Webbies.
The Webbies is correct. Here's another toss-up, teams. After being unjustly accused of mutiny, this innocent sailor accidentally kills an officer and is hanged. Jason Kearsley.
Mr. Christian.
It's incorrect. After being unjustly accused of mutiny, this innocent sailor accidentally kills an officer and is hanged. Who is the young hero of Herman Melville's novel? Sarah Clio.
Ishmael?
Ishmael's incorrect. Billy Budd is what I needed. Here's another toss-up. Designed by Eero Saarinen, it is a 17,000-ton stainless steel curve, 630 feet high. Brad Kearsley.
The Gateway Arch.
That's correct. With their short wavelength and high frequency, they are the deadliest form. Jason Kearsley.
Gamma rays.
Gamma rays is correct. His description of New England, published in 1616, showed the harbor of Plymouth, Massachusetts. The Pilgrims took the book with them when they sailed for the New World. What soldier explored New England? Brad Kearsley.
John Smith.
John Smith is correct. Here's your next toss-up, teams. Contraction and expansion of this cup-shaped muscle between the abdomen and the Adam Kearsley.
The diaphragm.
Diaphragm is correct.
Nice shot, Adam.
Another toss-up, teams. France is driven from Vietnam. A hydrogen bomb explodes over Bikini Atoll, and the Supreme Court issues its decision in Brown v. the Board of Education. Was it 1954, Jason Kearsley?
1954.
That is correct. Elliptic geometry and hyperbolic geometry are the two principal kinds. Both reject the parallel postulate found in the classic text, The Elements. What are such geometry, Jason Kearsley?
Non-Euclidean.
Non-Euclidean is correct. When radio operators refer to Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, they're using this type of alpha. Brad Kearsley.
Greek.
Greek is incorrect. When radio operators refer to Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, they're using this type of alphabet. In linguistics, it's the study of how words sound rather than what they mean. What is it? Robert Clio.
Phonetic.
Phonetic is correct. Both Premiere and American Film chose it as the best movie of the 1980s. Directed by Martin Scorsese, this 1980 Brad Kearsley.
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull is the correct answer. So you do score the 10 points. And as we check out our score, we see that Clio will get the first opportunity at round 2. That's our lightning round. I'm about to give you a choice of 3 categories. Once you've selected, you'll have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions in that category. Remember, you may consult during this round. No need to buzz in. But I'll only be taking answers from Eric as team captain. If you don't know an answer, you must say pass before I move on. You'll get 10 points for each correct answer, a 20-point bonus if all 10 is correct. Clio, once your 60 seconds is up, Kearsley, you'll have 30 seconds to answer anything they missed, passed on, or didn't get to, and then we'll repeat the process. Clio, your choices for this game are Amtrak, that's Amtrak, Flower Power, or Common Knowledge.
Amtrak, Common. Or the Amtrak.
Okay, AM or Amtrak. If you think that every answer in this quiz begins with AM, then you're on the right track. For 10 amazing points, identify these people, places, and things. We begin with number 1, Mozart's middle name.
Amadeus.
Correct. It's an alloy that contains mercury.
Amethyst.
Incorrect. The largest city in the panhandle of Texas.
Amarillo.
Correct. It runs from Peru to Brazil, almost 4,000 miles.
Amazon.
That's correct. The fossil rosin of prehistoric pines.
Amber.
Correct. This waxy substance from the intestines of whales is used for perfume.
Pass.
This violet gemstone is the birthstone for February.
Amethyst.
That's correct. It's the capital of Jordan.
Pass.
You would use this instrument to measure an electric current.
Ammeter.
Correct. They include leucine, lysine, and glycine.
Amino acids.
Amino acids.
That's correct. You threw all 10, and you have 7 correct for 70 points. Now we'll reset to 30 seconds, and we'll turn these over to Kearsley. And remember, Kearsley, all your answers will begin with the letters AM. And here we go. First, it's an alloy that contains mercury.
Can you think of anything? Pass.
This waxy substance from the intestines of whales is used for perfumes.
I know the last one, so let's think about this. Amex.
Incorrect. It's the capital of Jordan.
Amman.
Amman is correct for 10 points. Amalgam is the mercury alloy, and ambergris or ambergris is Ambergris is the whale substance. Okay, Kearsley, you may now select between flower power and common knowledge.
Common knowledge. I mean, it's like potpourri, but I don't know too much about flowers. Common knowledge, please.
Okay, all of the following questions are clues to something they have in common. So I'll give you several things. You tell me what it is they all have in common. We begin with number 1. What royal figure do an ant colony, a British Empire, and a chess set?
Queen.
Correct. What letter can precede Axis, rated files, and...
X.
Correct. What will you find at Colorado Springs, Annapolis, and West Point?
Academies.
That's correct. In what game can you see, raise, and fold?
Poker.
Correct. What event involves distances of 2.4 miles, 112 miles, and 26.2 miles?
Marathon. Running events. Running events.
That's incorrect. What do Adam, Lady Godiva, a jaybird, and a streaker have in common?
Nude.
That's correct. What do fish, music, maps, and a bathroom have in common?
Fish, music, maps. Water on.
Incorrect. What character do George Reeves, Christopher Reeve, and Dean...
Superman.
That's correct. In Spanish, what do the little girl, the spot, and Holy Mary have in common?
Start with N.
Ave.
That's incorrect. What do an ellipsis, a hockey... And that's it. You've got 6 correct out of the ones you got through. And we'll reset for 30 seconds, and we're looking for these common things. Okay, Clio, first, what event involves distances of 2.4, 112, and 26?
Marathon.
That's incorrect. What do fish, music, maps, and a bathroom have in common?
Fish, music.
Can you random answer in 30 seconds?
Pass.
In Spanish, what do the little girl, the spot, and the Holy Mary have in common?
Pass.
What do an ellipsis, a hockey game, and the Mesozoic era have in common? Time is up. No points are scored, and boy, are you going to hate me when I give you these answers. The event that involves all the distances is the Ironman triathlon. An ellipsis, a hockey game, and the Mesozoic era all have 3 periods. Yeah, I heard the groan. In Spanish, little girl, spot, and Holy Mary translate into Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria. They're Columbus's ships. And fish, music, maps, and a bathroom all have scales. And that will bring us to the end of that round, thank goodness. We'll total up our points and be back for some extra credit in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. Stay tuned because a lot will happen in this next 8 minutes in our final round of extra credit on High School Challenge. As you know, teams, I'll ask you toss-ups as I did in round 1. You'll score the 10 points. Difference here is that you also earn a crack at 10 points of extra credit for your team. On extra credit questions, you may consult. No need to buzz in. I'll take the captain's answer. I remind you, however, to consult on extra credit only and not on the toss-up questions. When our buzzer sounds at the end, if I'm in the middle of a toss-up extra credit cycle, we play through the cycle before the game is officially over. Here we go with our first toss-up. It was FDR's program to pull the United States, Adam Kearsley.
The New Deal?
New Deal is correct. Kearsley, in 1898, when telegrams from Cuba hinted that all was quiet in Havana Harbor, he replied, quote, "You furnish the pictures, I'll furnish the war," end quote. Who was this editor and owner of the New York Journal?
William Randall Hearst.
That's correct. Next toss-up. It can follow chain, sausage, and Jason Kearsley.
Link.
Link is correct. Kearsley, your extra credit. The Romans called this Middle Eastern city Philadelphia. What do we now call the city from which King Abdullah II of Jordan rules?
Amman.
Amman is correct. Next toss-up. It's the smallest state capital in the United States, population 8,035. What is the capital of Vermont? Brad Kearsley.
Montpelier.
Montpelier is correct. Yours, Kearsley, in 1821, as he lay dying of tuberculosis in Rome, he despaired of ever being remembered and composed his own epitaph. Here lies one whose name is writ on water. Who was this romantic poet?
Longfellow.
Longfellow's incorrect. John Keats is the answer. Your next toss-up. They can be simple, compound, complex, even Jason Kearsley.
Sentences.
Sentences is correct. Kearsley, he was more soundly defeated than any other major United States presidential candidate, winning only 1 state and 13 electoral votes. Who lost to Ronald Reagan in 1984?
Was that Dukakis? No, that was 88.
Carter. Did he run for re-election?
Yeah, I think he did. Carter?
It's incorrect. Walter Mondale is the answer. Here's your next toss-up. In 1999, scientists discovered 37 new species living in the human mouth. What kind of Jason Kearsley?
Bacteria.
Bacteria is correct. Kearsley, his 2 treatises of government influenced the United States Constitution. His essay concerning human understanding set out basic principles of scientific thought. Who was this English philosopher?
John Locke.
John Locke is correct. Here's your next toss-up, teams. France won it in 1998. Brazil and Brad Kearsley.
The World Cup.
World Cup is correct. Kearsley, his masterpieces include his 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse and portraits of 4 evangelists. Who was this 16th century German master of the engraving and the woodcut?
Gauguin.
It's incorrect. Albrecht Dürer is the correct answer. Here's another toss-up. Arrange these 3 island countries in order from west to east. Cuba, Haiti, and Puerto Rico. Brad Kearsley.
Haiti, Cuba, Puerto Rico.
That's incorrect. You may take a Clio. Clio. Robert?
Cuba, Haiti, Puerto Rico.
That's correct. They were in the right order. Clio, one is Cassio's mistress in Othello. The other is Catherine's sister in The Taming of the Shrew. What name do they share?
Bianca.
That's correct. And here's your next toss-up. It's the only constitutional amendment that repeals another. Michael Clio.
21st.
21st is correct. Clio, after the capture of this city on July 4th, 1863, Abraham Lincoln wrote, quote, "The Father of Waters again goes unvexed to the sea," end quote. What city had blockaded the mouth of the Mississippi River?
Vicksburg.
Vicksburg is correct. Your next toss-up. There are big bites and bigger ones. Arrange these bytes in order from smallest to largest. Gigabytes, kilobytes, megabyte. Jason Kearsley.
Giga, mega, kilo, and byte.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat. There are big bytes and bigger ones. Arrange these bytes in order from smallest to largest. Gigabytes, kilobytes, megabytes, petabytes, and terabytes. Robert Clio.
Kilo, mega, giga, tera, petra.
Those are correct answers. Clio, in the early 20th century, he proposed a simple and elegant model of the atom with negatively charged electrons circling a nucleus of positively charged protons. Who was this New Zealand physicist?
I can't remember. Say something.
No answer.
Time's up. Ernest Rutherford is the answer. Here's your next toss-up. An easel holds an artist's canvas. What holds Brad Kearsley?
A palette.
A palette is correct. Kearsley, your extra credit. The French phrase means simply black movie. What is this film genre which focuses on corruption, greed, and betrayal?
Film noir.
That's correct. Toss-up teams. Built in 1702, Elfreth Alley is the oldest continuously inhabited street in the United States. Is it located in Boston, Philadelphia, or Williamsburg? Brad Kearsley.
Williamsburg.
It's incorrect. You may take it. Clio. Clio Robert.
Boston.
Philadelphia is the correct answer. Here's another toss-up. The inner city of this city includes the forbidden city. Adam Kearsley.
Beijing.
Beijing is correct. Kearsley, this is yours. Quote, "Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul." End quote. What is this 1875 poem by William Ernest Henley that became Timothy McVeigh's last words in June of 2001?
Captain of my soul.
It's incorrect. Invictus is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up, teams. In the Two Kingdoms system, they were classified as primitive plants that lacked chlorophyll. They now have their own kingdom. Brad Kearsley.
Fungi.
Fungi is correct. Kearsley, he lived in the 2nd century A.D., and more than 1,000 years later, his maps of the universe and the earth were still being used. Who was this Egyptian astronomer and geographer?
Ptolemy.
That's the correct answer. And in addition, that's the end of our game, and we have our first quarter finalist for this season of High School Challenge, Kearsley High School. Congratulations to you. And to Clio, congratulations on 2 well-played games here on High School Challenge, and good luck in the remainder of your competitions throughout this school year. That's it for High School Challenge today. I'm Jim Gaver. Good evening. Well played. Well done.